the ketubah beautifully. That was very nice. I've never experienced a ketubah. I've always heard about it growing up, but that was pretty neat.
Well, we're trying. Oh, I think we are getting ready.
Yeah, we're getting ready.
All right, yeah. No time.
Oh, you should drive this kid to school. Okay? This way. Wow.
There you go. And take a look at the community. Let's take this as a moment. Sorry if I blasted to take any pictures that you might like. We have some amazing professional photographers here. So after this moment, we ask you just to put phones and cameras away. Let them take care of recording. Let's not let anything intervene between us and this wonderful couple. So why don't you turn to face your community for a moment. They can snap some pictures. I'll fade to the side. And in 3, 2, 1.
No more phone.
There we go. So if you have a phone, please silence it, put it away. Let's be in the moment here together. I hope you can hear me, because I don't think I can be much louder without causing damage to their eardrums. I'm Rabbi Josh Brindell of Congregation Bethel in Sudbury here in Massachusetts, and it is a profound honor and delight to be with you today to serve Jake and Stephanie and their families as we assemble to bear witness to their becoming a wedded pair. As we move through our ceremony together, I'm going to be singing, I'll be sharing words of Hebrew, I'm going to translate everything. You're going to be fluent by the time that we're done. Just a word about what you're seeing here. This is a talit. This is a prayer shawl that I purchased in Israel, and it is functioning as a chuppah, literally as a canopy, as a covering in this exquisite birch frame. This is a symbolic home. And Jake and Stephanie are inviting everyone here spiritually into this home. The rabbis 2,000 years ago imagined that Abraham, from the Bible, who had a tent, they imagined his tent was open on all four sides so that he could greet guests no matter where they might come from, and guests could enter no matter where they might be. And that's what we're doing. We're entering together, coming from many different places, many different walks of life, and we are assembling here for Stephanie and Jake. I'm going to share the formal welcome for a groom and a bride, first in the Hebrew, then in the English. Baruch haba, mi'adir al hakol, mi'baruch al hakol, mi'gadol al hakol, mi'dagul al hakol, u'yivalech et hechatan, v'et hakala. Blessed is he who has come. May the one who is powerful above all and blessed above all, the one who is great above all and supreme above all, bless this groom and this bride. Rucha haba, mi bansi shoshan chochim, avat kala misos todim, u'yivarech et hakala, v'et hachatan. Blessed is she who has come. May the one who understands the speech of a rose among the thorns, the love of a bride, the joy of beloved ones, bless this bride and this groom. Welcome. So we have standing here an honor guard, our virtual walls here of sheltering, protecting, nurturing this couple, and helping in the delight of this ceremony. Going to pour 2 glasses of wine during the course of this wedding ceremony. This first one is connected to the blessing for the intention to marry. So first you're going to hear the blessing on the fruit of the vine, and then you're going to hear a blessing in Hebrew and in English for the source of life, who gives us commandments to unify bride and groom as one. If you're familiar with the Hebrew, I ask for you to give a nice hearty Amen at the end of each of these 2 blessings, and I will subtly indicate that by nodding or waving. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pnei hagafen. Amen. Beautiful. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, Lord our God, sovereign of the universe, who has sanctified us with your commandments. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh et amo Yisrael al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Amen. Blessed are you, the one who makes the people Israel holy through marriage and chuppah. And you may each drink nice and slow.
Ja, chug.
So with this official declaration here in front of this community of an intention to marry, we have a ketubah, which is to say a marriage covenant. This literally a document that Jake and Stephanie chose. There's many different forms of ketubot in the modern day. The language in the English that they chose reflects the relationship that they want to embody together. Stay where you are. So we're going to step forward. Over to here. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to put the styrofoam down and hold this. There we go. So this is their ketubah. I'm going to read the first snippet in Hebrew, and then I'll read the English. And these are their words that they chose to describe your relationship, both as it exists and as aspiration through the years to come. Biyosha Rav, של יום חג באחד בשבת 28 יום בחודש אייר בשנת חמישת 2700 ושתיים. I'm getting glare that I was not expecting. On this great day of great celebration and joy, in the first day of the week, the 28th day of the month of Iyar, in the year 5782, which corresponds to this day in May in this year, right here in West Ennis, Massachusetts, John, son of Don and Brenda, and Stephanie, daughter of Bradley and Allison, spoke the words and performed the rites which united their lives and affirmed their love in the presence of God's blessings and in accordance with the laws of Moses and Israel. You are my best friend, my hopes and future, my strength, my soulmate. Standing proudly beside you, in your eyes I see my love, and in your heart I see my dreams, and in our promise I see a union true and steadfast, uniquely devoted to compassion, kindness, and sincerity through all time and space. There has been no love like ours. Our story will unfold with beauty, grace, and meaning. We pledge to cherish and sustain each other, meeting life's trials with quiet strength and courage, meeting life's blessings with wonder, joy, and laughter. We will grow as individuals and delight in an elegant freedom born of mutual respect. Through time and space, there will be no story like ours. Our sacred covenant is valid and binding. Following upon that declaration to Mary, and having heard the words of this ketubah unfolded before this community, we'll now engage in an exchange of rings.
Oh, sorry.
ahead of myself there.
So these are ancient words. Jake is going to recite them after me in Hebrew and then in English.
Yep, I'm ready.
Look at her.
Hooray. Hooray. At.
Mikudesha.
Mikudesha.
Li.
Li.
Bataba'at.
Tata.
Bataba'at. Zo.
Zo.
Keda'at.
Keda'at.
Moshe.
Moshe.
Yisrael.
Yisrael.
Behold, you are made holy to me
You are made holy to me
by means of this ring,
by means of this ring,
according to the laws
according to the laws
of Moses and Israel.
of Moses and Israel. Now,
You may put it on there.
no.
I'm ready. Ready.
Deep breath. You have to look at it. Hooray.
Hooray.
Ata.
Ata.
Mikudash.
Mekudash.
Li.
Li.
Bataba'at.
Batava'at.
Zo.
Zo.
Keda'at.
Keda'at.
Moshe.
Moshe.
Yisrael.
Via Israel.
Behold,
Behold,
you are made holy
you are made holy
to me
to me
by means of this ring,
by means of this ring,
according to the laws
according to the laws
of Moses and Israel.
of Moses and Israel.
That exchange of rings is more than a gift. It's a symbol of opening one's heart. Each of these rings belonged to each other. Jake took the ring that belonged to him and gave it to Stephanie. Stephanie took the ring that belonged to her and gave it to Jake. That's that mutuality of trust and affection that you spoke of in your ketubah. Over the months that we've had to get to know each other, I've seen something really special and really beautiful in your relationship together. I'm going to give away a trade secret. When I work with a new couple who come to me asking me to be an officiant, I look to see how they work together. I'll pose a question, and I wait to see who looks to whom first, to go first, to share their answer, who will cede the right of first response. Do you know what I saw with these two? They looked at the same time. That's a very, very high level of mutuality, of respect, and of understanding that it can take decades for some couples to achieve, if ever. I found with you together a grounded sense of humor, that quiet strength that you discussed again there in the ketubah. My friends, what we have here is a couple who, in the words of Genesis, are an ezer kenegdem, who are each helpmates for one another. In Genesis it says that Eve was made as a helpmate to Adam. I like to think that in the 21st century we could imagine humankind as having moved to a place where we can be helpmates for each other, such as Jake and Stephanie embody for us. I see it with them. May I share a memory from the mikveh?
Sure, of course.
When were we at the mikveh?
2 weeks ago?
We were at the mikveh 2 weeks ago to celebrate as Jake became a new member of the Jewish people. And Jake, your preparations for that day, you were a sponge soaking up wisdom, a database of Jewish information that you had at his fingertips. And Stephanie, when we were waiting for Jake after his immersion, we spoke together, and you were glowing. You were beaming. There was a light that was in you when you spoke of him. Even and especially when he wasn't there, I could see you summoning him forth. That is the love story that they have crafted together. And that is the relationship that we are here not only celebrating, we are also sanctifying together. I would like to ask a volunteer, if I may. I have a black bag on the chair over there at that table with the first umbrella there. Could someone snag the cloth pouch that's inside that black leather bag there and just bring it over here? Thank you. I'm going to wrap them in a talit, in a prayer shawl for a blessing. And I was going to use this one, but we decided to use it here for the frame. And I brought it back up. This talit, this prayer shawl, symbolizes their being connected now between the rings and the Sheva Brachot, the 7 wedding blessings. As I wrap you in this talit, I'm going to chant the words of Birkat Kohanim, the priestly benediction. And after each line of the Hebrew, I'll translate into the English. This is one of our oldest blessings, and it's one of our most beautiful. So step close together, arms around one another. How about one arm? And you can sort of face out to that. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yahel Adonai p'nav elecha v'yochonecha. May the light of God's presence be with you and deal graciously with you. Yisad Adonai p'nav elecha v'yisem lecha shalom. May you be aware of God's presence always and be granted peace. We are almost at the conclusion of our ceremony. There are 7 wedding blessings, the Sheva Brachot. And these speak, first again, of the fruit of the vine. They speak of creation, the glory of humanity, partnerships, delight, joy of companions, and lastly, the blessing to marry. So, I'm going to be chanting these 7 blessings. Once again, I invite everyone here to respond Amen, a nice hearty, thus I believe. After each and every one of them, we'll conclude with a sip of wine and then a breaking, not of this glass, but a breaking of another glass. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Draw each other close. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei perdei hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shakol bara lichvodo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer ha'adam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yatsa et ha'adam b'tzolmo b'tzelem demut havnito v'kin lo mimenu bin yaredei ahad. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam. So tasis v'tagel ha'akara b'kibutz baneh letocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech Tzion b'vaneha. Sahamech tesamach re'im ha'ahuvim kasamecha chayetziracha began eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech chatan v'kala. Number 7. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Gila rina ditza v'chedva ava v'achava v'shalom v'rehut. Mehera Adonai Eloheinu yishama ba'arei Yehuda v'chotzot Yerushalayim kol sason v'kol simcha kol chatan v'kol chala kol mitzalut chatanim mechupatam u'narim mishtei neginatam. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech chatan im hakala.
Amen.
Have a drink. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Whoop. Gentlemen, a little hot. Thank you. So, in just a moment, really just a moment, Jake is going to crush this glass here.
Get ready.
Get that foot ready. I'm
Not yet, not yet, not yet. There's many different interpretations of what it means to shatter that glass. Originally, it meant that we should be aware of the brokenness that was in our world, remembering the destruction of the ancient temple in Jerusalem. We, I do not believe, need reminders of brokenness in our world. What we need instead are reminders of light. So I offer a different kavanah, a different understanding of what it means as Jake smashes this glass. Our deep tradition speaks of holy sparks that exist in every person, in every time, and in every place. Our job, we are told, this is deep Kabbalah, this is the mystical Jewish tradition. Our job is to see those sparks, to recognize the light in our world. So as Jake smashes this glass, let's understand this as liberating light. May it be that the holy light that this couple holds is one that inspires us to bring joy to our loved ones, wholeness to our communities, and not to despair, but rather to exult in the promise of times to come. You ready? All right. With the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, in keeping with the most joyous and ancient traditions of the Jewish people, in the presence of this holy community, in the beauty of creation, and with the embrace of our Creator, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Mazel tov!
We could do this little first.